Okay, let's get the stream started by booting Fallout 4. It's gone so much quicker than Skyrim for it skissy to go. And it'll be up in 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, it's up. I know it's no different for you because it's a black screen initially, but it actually is loading now at least. Now, I have actually... Now, if in case you probably didn't see it on like YouTube, I put a message up on my profile saying how I fixed the problem, so I just need to go settings. Why is that the one option that isn't loaded? If I mute radio, I have fixed the issue. Well, I was like, couldn't make any streams. Ignore that. That's the one I've been playing recently. Yeah, probably is about as quick. There. But I fixed the radio issue because for some reason, despite having a radio sound slider, it's one of the few it does have by default. People have actually added more now. You know, give them time and the models will do anything. But what's really pointless is only the Pip-Boy radio and I think like one source in the Kellogg's mine sequence is actually tagged as radio. Regular world radios put their sound out on the sound effects band. Yeah. Why? I don't know. I don't know if that's just an error, but the unofficial patch hasn't fixed it, so it can't be. But, you know, I can't believe that the Nexus didn't have a mod for that. I just can't believe that. My rocket ammo. Ammo. I'm just remembering what I've got on Quick Select. Sometimes Quick Select can take forever, I don't know why. That wasn't what the subtitles said. Is that a legendary one? That was sad. That was just sad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like a semi-unique door. You don't find them very often. No, raiders. Okay, they're not. I think they're underneath me. I hate being in the inner city. It's such a pain in the arse. Oh. When in doubt. Drinking more than enough health, and then take like 5 stims just for good measure. Just to make sure that your health goes up at a retarded rate. And the water's to keep it up. Never just pop one stim. The manual stim packing does not work particularly well. If in an emergency and you really, really need it, always go into the Pip-Boy and do it. Because then you can spam like 5 at once. You're basically a super stim pack. Oh no, barrels. This is marked? I don't remember this being marked on the map. Where am I trying to go? Oh yes, because you're still technically in the mass fusion building. Wait. Yeah, that's helpful. I've got reinforcements.
On your way, soldier.
Unless you like getting shot, never turn your back on a gun. The human looking
Yeah, there's a Brotherhood patrol here.
They hide in plain sight.
Helpful. It's always nice having some friendly firepower. Yeah, but you don't. Always navigate by the river, it's the easiest thing to do. Oh, I'm sure I did the tweaks on this stream, it's where I realised I could do them. Because I was sick of them appearing, I didn't want them appearing all the time on the stream, that's why. Should be my lurks around here somewhere. Does tends to be what there they are. Oh, those hunters! I didn't remember there being hunters. Them lobster. Regular ones are crabs, saves are lobster. Hunters are lobsters.
What was that?
Oh no! Pamu ants. I don't think there are legendary suiciders either. I think that's something that just doesn't exist. Because to be honest, the suiciders have been broken. Yeah, that explains why that hurt so much. I daren't go in front of Old North Church, not with that behind me. Because even if you go near the door, you don't even have to go in. But if you go near the door of Old North Church, boom, railroad's hostile if X6 is anywhere near you. Because the railroad goes hostile for the slightest provocation. This is after the Institute's destroyed as well. Because if you do the railroad quest line, follow it to the letter and don't. I'm pretty sure you can't talk to Father about the end of the line quest. Do not even go talk to him about that. And the Institute is never technically hostile with you. You know, despite the fact that you've killed probably God only knows how many Gen 1 Sims named the railroad. But who cares? Oh no! Oh, they're only hatchlings. Non-hatchling blood bugs are actually surprisingly rare. Oh, it's just a skelly and a flamer.
What's that for?
It's an industrial welder. That's what it is. I haven't even got to Boston Airport yet. It's not even on my map yet. And yet it's counting it as I've returned, but I haven't yet. I guess it's there to stop it so you can't see Ingram teleport in. Because she will. Ingram will teleport in, if you're not. Because she teleports from mass fusion to here. You can assume that she just takes a vertibird back. Weird. Lord of the airport.
Unless you like getting radiation sickness, I'd stay away from ferals.
We'll stop the Institute. For Maxon and
I was
for the
able to keep
Brotherhood.
the Institute from getting their hands on the Beryllium Agitator.
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
I'm not quite sure why Ingram couldn't just take it from mass fusion.
You mean you're glad to see the Beryllium Agitator in one piece?
Let's just say I'm glad both of you are in one piece and call it even, okay? Anyway, we shouldn't stand around. In the meantime, I'll take the agitator.
There you go. I can't think of a better place to keep it.
That's because there isn't one. You know, I'm not sure what the Institute...
Sure.
Now scoot.
Also, it's sort of implied that the Beryllium Agitator is not actually an essential component, it's merely very helpful.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece.
You mean being zapped into energy and then put back together again? Piece of cake.
You can make jokes all you want, but I wouldn't put so much faith in technology I didn't understand. Speaking of technology, I'm dying to find out what...
For all we know, that's a recipe for Deathclaw surprise.
Well, it's the best we could do with such short notice. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan scribed. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily. After that, we'll have... In the meantime, I've got... So, I bet you're eager to get...
Why all the secrecy?
We're pouring every resource we have into this.
Yeah.
For now, the fewer... Come on.
Sure.
Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in.
And the reason they say that is because I don't think they could get it to work. Because in the original, you know, like some of the concept art, there's this big robot that was, you know, later replaced with Liberty Prime, and the Pridwin proceeding into battle together, like sort of providing air support.
Full of parts is what's left.
But I don't think they ever got it working, so they decided just to make that, and it would also make like the Minutemen and Institute responses rather, well, more silly than they are. You know, rather silly, because the Pridwin would just gun them down.
I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing them back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded.
I can magic a Protectron out of nowhere.
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your... Because this... Now, the good news is that we've got... The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding. The first problem is his CPU.
In case that no one's played Fallout 3, at the end, Liberty Prime sort of goes boom. In a spectacular explosion.
That doesn't sound...
Oh yeah, sure. I'll just run down to the local giant robot store and buy myself some how-to manuals. As much as
You had the bloody Citadel. Surely there's something on that database telling about how to repair Liberty
What we
Prime.
need is a robotics expert. And there's someone in Diamond City that...
See, we don't even need
Her
Dr.
name's
Lee.
Professor Scara. Locals say she's a wizard. Why don't you head over there and... Oh, and take this with you. Once she sees one of those Cerebro fusion adapters. In the meantime, I'll prep Prime...
That's like a unique thing that doesn't look like very bodged together. That doesn't look bodged together at all. Looks like a pre-war power screwdriver. Just checking my data. Oh yes, I've got to return to the
If you find any
Institute.
technical documents, you should bring them to Proctor Quinlan for analysis.
Oh no. Oh no. Pridwin, get some sleep. Let's restore my health. Sell some shit. T-gun, hopefully.
Taking on a Deathclaw without backup is a great way to get yourself killed.
And yet in vanilla it really isn't! Because vanilla Deathclaws are a joke. They go down like... Well, pretty much everything goes down too easily in vanilla. And they don't even hit particularly hard either. I mean, they hit a lot harder than most things, but they're kind of not as scary as they should be. Deathclaw should be... You know, they were bioengineered to be the ultimate living weapon. And yet they're kind of laughable.
What's our next move?
No dance. I'm also tempted about making a little more just add bunk beds to the blueprint one, because it does make no sense that so many Brotherhood soldiers can be here. Even hot bunking, there's not much you can do with that many beds.
All of my weapons are mission ready.
I will always take ammo. There is one thing you can never, ever have enough of, and that is ammo. Ever. You can never have enough ammo. Flame fuel isn't worth it. Flares aren't worth it, because they never work when it matters anyway. Because the Minutemen you summon never actually bother showing up. Ah, the Jolly Fat Man. It's one of my favourite names for it. Kneecap and miniguns are hilarious. They're just so broken. Nocturnal's useless, that's just sell. The specific enemy killing ones, they're sell as well. Poisoners. Oh, is it bleed or is it poison that stacks? One of them stacks and one of them doesn't. So one of them's useless and one of them's amazing. And I can never remember which one it is. That's enhanced. Meh. It's not worth having. Oh good, I got combat armor right arm. So I'm just missing... I'm gonna repaint them Brotherhood pattern. Left leg, right leg. I've got 3-4 legs, I might as well paint them. Metal right arm, force fine. Chameleon's a waste of space. Ugh, got so much crap, and I don't think I've actually got that much actually. Keep this when I get strong, if I can be asked to get strong. Why do I have so much sim stuff? I'm not keeping crap like that. Alcohol, the drugs, they can all go. Stealth poison I'd never use. Oh, pristine sugar bombs. Lovely. Because how they've managed, they must be irradiated to a degree, but not to a harmful degree. Otherwise they would be like disease central. The folders. They are, you'd think they'd give like paper or something. So junk is all valuable, but miscellaneous is often useless stuff. Okay, what ammo can I give up? What, you know, oh wait, mods. Mods are those things that you forget that you even have. They just, you know, if you ever wondered why you're overweight for no reason, why am I buying gamma rounds? It's the most useless gun in the world, the gamma thing. Half-charge fusion cores, not even worth keeping. Gamma... Ooh, I don't want to sell my mini nukes. They're valuable shit. Flamer's useless. I'm gonna buy flamer fuel. That's probably adding a hell of a cost, so... I'll get that money back later. I don't have to make every... hand cream. Ugh, my hands are so dry. Ugh.
There's no time to waste when
Don't
there's work
despair,
to be done.
sister. We're here to save the Commonwealth.
Always dense. Pneumatic's helpful. Dense is just the best though. So I'll put... I always put A in front of them, just so they're at the top of my list so I can modify them easier. I also have Brotherhood steel paint as being all, you know, not the best, but not like that awkward polymer stuff. Gives them a bit of an advantage because they only ever wear light armor, which is rather annoying. Pointless considering they're free fall. Okay, so
a minigun chews through ferals like paper.
that was the wrong. Always handy. Just need a left arm and something a little less. Well, he probably has some form of uniform. We might only have the awful orange ones.
I'm looking for some firepower.
Be my guest.
Actually, I'm looking for armor, but okay. Yeah, he only has the bloody orange one. Yes, bloody orange one. Ugh. And you're wondering, why aren't you wearing a heavy chest, Jackie, you idiot? It's because the heavy chest does not look good. It really doesn't. This is mine. Yep, this is mine. Yeah. And I'm at full health. For free! I don't think it works in survival though, that trick, but you know, it does sort of make the paid a doctor rather pointless.
You know those synths with the plastic faces? Ugh, they creep me the heck out.
Like, really pointless. Ugh. Now I have to do something. Oh yes. Gotta go back to the Institute, be told I can't go back to the Institute. Why did I hear gunfire?
The lengths to which I've gone to give you a new home, a new life, for us to be a family. But you have made your choice. From this point on, you are an enemy of the Institute. Should you cross us, we will kill you. Go now, and live whatever meaningless life you can.
Yay! I've been told I can't come back even though I already knew that. It's funny that the proximity mines, because they are very clear. The design of them is very, very clearly a step on it kind of mine. Because you can see the big button where you step on it. It's got little teeth so it can dig into the ground. My companions will find me when I get to Diamond City, I'm sure. They tend to have a habit of finding you eventually. They don't do it immediately, but they do find you eventually. At least I can jump off buildings now, safe in the knowledge I've got wearing the free fall legs. You knew, raiders. Oh, how dare you, Stimpack? That was mine. You stole it. Where is this little raider? Where is the little raider? You in the cabin? No, you're a dead little raider now. With a surprisingly nice weapon. Raider power armor is worth a bit of monies. And 50 cal rounds. Ooh, 50 cal hunting rifle. If that had hit me, I wouldn't have known. Certain weapons, 50 cals hurt. I've modded them to be more powerful because I was kind of a little disgusted in how weak they were. Considering it's a non-standard ammunition, it's a rarer ammunition, which you actually end up finding in ridiculous quantities later on. Oh, looks like they're in a fight with the super mutants again. Because how Diamond City hasn't been destroyed, I don't know. Because look how useless the guards are. They've got absolutely slaughtered by super mutants. Not even a strong super mutants, just a regular super mutants. And they didn't even do any damage to them. They suck. Diamond City guards suck. They really do. And these shitty Mark 1 turrets aren't going to stop anything. Look at them, Mark 1. They're not going to stop at anything.
Damn, not afraid of mutants, huh? You're our kind of gal.
Yeah, I'm wanting to defend your pathetic town. So how... it's not like Rivet City where it's an armoured aircraft carrier that can't be accessed apart from its own dedicated ramp, which you need to see it in Road to Liberty to believe it, because it's just this weird artistic mess of staircases. It's the kind of stuff that someone couldn't make by someone couldn't make by accident. Oh, neat! I just so happen to come into Diamond City on Halloween. And that's a special gourd. That's like pure pumpkin style.
He's one of them. McDonough is a synth. Oh God.
Because Diamond City does celebrate the holidays. It's got it does Christmas as well.
Sullivan.
It's just a nice touch, and I didn't know. I've never actually seen it before firsthand.
Sure. Quick. Take this.
Don't worry, Danny. You're gonna be.
Thank you.
Yep, X6 is lost. If she doesn't show up soon, I'll have to console her. That was probably what that gunfire in the Institute was. I'll do it in Diamond City though.
Get your ass out here, McDonough. We know what you are, you lying sick bastard.
Everything's fine. This is all just a misunderstanding.
Damn it!
That's
the door won't
far
budge.
enough.
Help me! He's crazy!
I am not just going to be discarded and tossed.
That's exactly what the Institute plans to do with you, though, fatty. No fatty.
Mayor McDonough.
Oh. Now, I'll tell
Let's
you.
see.
Not happening, McDonough. You're a dead man.
I'm either walking out of the city.
Time to shut you up for.
You'll never.
I didn't intend to take him alive.
Not sure what's gonna happen now. The city council takes over, I guess. It's gonna be a long time till anyone trusts another election. Hey, thanks. We owe you. Big.
He was gonna kill you and you draw your gun on me, you maniac. I can't remember I'm convinced X6 is stuck in the Institute. Also, it is possible to fail the sim for attention, but E210A.
Good place to stock up on supplies. You can stand the smell.
What? I don't want them upstairs because they'll shoot Geneva and then a massive firefight will break out. You know, this massive firefight will break out if I'm not careful. But Halloween everywhere! Actually quite nice, I've never actually seen this. I've seen the pictures of the Christmas one, but I've never actually witnessed it.
I can't believe you eat that food. Only one thing worth buying.
That's not the Science Centre. Science Centre. And it's science with a capital. Science! Everyone knows.
Sorry to let you down, but I'm afraid I'm not in the mood to teach biology lessons.
I don't know why you got the clean. Why they've all got the clean vault suit. I swear the unofficial patch fixed that.
Actually, I'm.
You are? Her normal field expeditions never last more than I'm afraid.
Do you know where she went?
Well, I don't usually like to pry. The last place Professor Scar. I'll mark it on your map. Look, if you find.
And that's not a doctor. That's actually just her name. She's the incompetent one. Or is it Scar? So one of them, their title is self-elf designed. It's their name, not their title.
Hey, you were in the paper, right? You're 200 years old? Looking pretty good.
Hey.
Hey, you're that vault dweller from the paper.
Yeah, Piper spreading the lies. Yes, I'm from 200 years ago. I'm not 200 years old, I'm merely from 200 years ago. My age is indeterminate. Because that's what... You know, I'll say at least... You know, if they're married and have a kid, it's safe to assume that they're probably at least 20. You know, while Fallout 3, it's implied that you're a teenager, pretty much. You know, you're like 18 or something.
Well, hello.
Hey, lady, that interview you did with Piper is really selling. Here's your free copy.
Speaking of Piper, where is she? The reason that interview's in 3 parts is each one changes based on your response to that bit. Oh, I think they're stuck in a bit where there's no nav mesh.
I thought the mayor was just a blowhard.
God, I voted for the mayor twice. He was with the Institute this whole time.
You hear about the battle between the Brotherhood and the Institute? The one at Bunker Hill?
The thing is, McDonough was never... He's not like a replacement sim. I don't think there ever was a McDonough. I haven't read the Institute's files in a while, but I haven't gone around reading their terminals. But I think McDonough was actually a sim all the way. He was never a proper person who was replaced.
Don't make me shut down this little stand of yours.
Every drop of water that comes out of that filter is 100% pure. Why is a legitimate businessman like myself?
If he's a legitimate businessman, why can't he get himself some better clothes?
Profit hazard is what I say. I manage the water, and I'll do it without your interference. Thank you very much. Fresh water.
You know,
Come on, people. Please stand here for my help.
if it was a real case of, water was profitable, he wouldn't be wearing such disgusting clothes. He'd be wearing the slightly better kid outfit. I mean, Nat's wearing proper clothes, and, well, people have money for papers, they must have money for water. Or they just drink from the lake. Who knows? It is Diamond City, it isn't the cleanest place.
Paper was right all along. I always thought the mayor was just a blowhard.
Oh, when I hear that voice, I just can't help but see a Turian talking about calibrations. It's something, it's become one, when you hear a voice first, it tends to be the first time you hear the voice. Especially when it's like a lovable character's voice. You tend to associate the voice with a character, and it's just like, all I can see is Garrus when I hear that voice, and it... Now, Mass Effect is a trilogy. It was a good trilogy, and then there was Andromeda, which was... Ugh. Let's just say I normally finish every game I've done. At least finish the main story of every game I've owned. Any game I've actively played, I tend to have finished it. At least to a point. I haven't done it, I haven't 100%ed it, but I'll have finished it. Mass Effect Andromeda is one where I just couldn't be bothered to finish it. Because it was just tedious. It was boring, I didn't care for any of the characters apart from Vectra. And, well, let's face it, side character ain't gonna get much, so... it got to the point where I just couldn't be arsed to even finish it. That, and it ran like crap as well. It would run fine. With Origin on, it would run like ass all the time. Without Origin on, it would run a lot better, but it would have, for some reason, it would drop down to 1 to 3 frames per second, single digits, randomly, out of nowhere, for no reason. It wasn't repeatable in the slightest, it would just randomly, after a few minutes, would just randomly drop a random frame every, couple of, just completely, almost lock up, go full slideshow, and then just carry on like nothing had happened. I hate navigating through city streets. Both in games and in reality. I don't like cities. Too many people, the maze like, especially older cities. I mean, to be honest, most American cities aren't actually too bad to navigate. Oh, Hangman's Alley, I can't be arsed. Where's Piper's got lost? Piper always gets lost. And it's not just me who can't navigate the streets of Boston, which is one of the older American cities, and I think one of the few that... It's one of the few cities in America that isn't on a grid system, like a real obvious grid system. Because most American cities are on this really obvious, easy to navigate grid system. At least on foot. One-way systems can make driving a bit of a pain, but since when does anyone drive in cities? It's what the hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes of taxis are for. Speaking of which, I have not seen a single taxi in any Fallout game. Did it become illegal or something to own a taxi? Or did cars just become so cheap? Who knows? Or did all taxi drivers... Were the taxi drivers fast enough and they all escaped? Who knows? I don't know if American taxi drivers are like ours, but ours drive like maniacs. If they're doing a by mile or by trip, they will drive like absolute maniacs. If they're doing by mile, they take a longer route because they're bloody cunning. And if they obviously do like trip, they want that trip done as fast as possible so they can be on to their next fare. And it's just, they're some of the worst driven things on the road typically. Not all of them are, but a lot of them are. The proper cabs aren't, like the black cabs, they're well driven. And they don't zoom around because it's London, so A, you can't, and B, it's a black cab. It's got like a max speed of 40 miles an hour. It's not fast. It's a very slow vehicle. But like your average taxi driver seems to drive like a complete maniac because they know every bloody millimetre of their vehicle and they will push it. The other ones that are really badly driven are vans. Not trucks. Trucks are some of the best driven things on UK roads. The foreign ones can be a bit oblivious because they obviously have the seat on the wrong side. It's more of an issue in a truck than it is on a car. But the trucks tend to be very well driven, the vans tend to be very badly driven, and as do taxis and vans tend to be the ones that sort of push. They're pushy. They are always the one like 5mm from your back bumper, and you know they don't have many accidents involved with them, but they tend to be very, very close, unsafely so. But that's just British roads, which is funny because we're actually one of the safer nations for roads. I guess when there is a crash, the police cordon the motorway. If there's a crash on the motorway, people tend to survive, strangely. I mean, it says something about good cars again if they can crash like a 70-mile-an-hour impact, 90 if you're down south. Because they don't drive south. The further south in England you go, the faster the cars get. Up north, people actually respect the speed limit and do about 70 miles an hour. Maybe a little over. Down south, the closer you get to London, the faster they get. I mean, they're doing like 8. You see them zoom past and they're gone. And you're doing 70. It's just the nature of it. It's one of the weird quirks of British roads. And that's miles per hour, not kilometres an hour. If it was kilometres an hour, we wouldn't exactly be zooming anywhere. We'd be crawling. We'd be the slowest country on Earth if that was the case. Bobby pin. I get way too many bobby pins. Didn't I accidentally sell them all at one point? And now I have 77 again. Oh, Piper's arrived. I'm sure I accidentally sold all my bobby pins at one point. Who knows? You find so many of the bloody things, so... Oh. I was hoping for a world scene. Oh, graveyard, there's a skill magazine here. And some more ferals. Look at the obnoxious skill menu. This will be going soon. This will be gone within a year, I think. Because both Fallout 4 New Vegas and Capital Wasteland are both going back to a normal menu rather than this. Because this is actually almost impossible to add things to. You have to be incredibly competent with Flash. So you have to be both competent with Flash, and I don't think it can actually be edited particularly well. I mean, it's a unique way of doing it, but I like how I don't like the force to have a skill. You pick a perk based on your level. I like to save them up a bit. Because you don't always want to buy something that's so your level, because that can cripple you. It can lock you, especially when when you've got a limited number of perks, it can absolutely rape you to have to pick one every level, regardless of whether you want to or not.
There we go.
Your attacking code. Never as useful as you think it is, to be honest. It's funny. Going through the graveyard and there have been no zombies. Where are my shamblers? There's supposed to be shamblers there, but apparently there isn't. You know, let's eat some food. Disgustingly sugary cereal. That's what sugar bombs are, like disgustingly. I get the feeling they're like blocks of sugar that you eat as breakfast. Gunner. Not what I expected to see. I hit a bloody gamma gun. So that's what you expect to see when you hear a blue gamma gun.
Good.
Oh, I can't see a bloody thing with a gamma gun firing in my face. Where's the dead gunner go? On a gunner commander's booty. He'll probably have a full set of combat armor on. On the assumption I can actually find him and he hasn't phased through the floor. Cheap shot! No, he's probably phased through the floor now in my luck.
I can't think of a worse way to die.
Just throw in the waste, otherwise.
Also, that comment from X6 is a reference to the fact that X6 has a fear of flying. You know, X6 does not like flying. You know, hence I couldn't think of a worse way to die than a plane crash. I can think of worse ways. Slow bleeding out is probably worse. At least plane crash, if you're at the front of the plane, it's instant. I'd rather have an instant death than a slow, painful death. You know, that's just me. I'd rather go quickly. You know, I'm not one of those people who want to lie in a bloody deathbed for hours in agonising pain waiting to die. No, I'd rather just go quickly. I'd rather my fat ass just dies quickly. Quick and without pain is the way I'd prefer, but I'd rather take it quick. The quick is the main part. It's one of those things you just want to get over with.
Welcome to the General Atomics Galleria. You must be our new supervisor.
You must have your logic circuits fried.
Yeah. And I'm the governor of Massachusetts, too.
Provisional Governor Graham? Why, Mum, it is an honor.
I've got to believe me.
That explains the delay. I'm sure you're quite a busy woman.
I think Mr. Handy's go senile.
Let me be the first to welcome you to your new assignment.
I believe.
You had a chance to get settled.
And the fact that no one else has come here.
His office is located in the statue in the center of the plaza. The Galleria is currently closed to the public. If you have any...
That's all?
Very well.
You know, no one else must have approached.
We sent up a team to try to repair that robot, only to find it was hollowed out.
Institute smart. We are smart. You make robot go? No, because it's not a robot, you stupid. The Institute's not that clever, clearly. You know, based on what X6 says about things, the Institute aren't that smart. They think this was an actual robot. They have no idea how the Constitution got up there. Keep my gun out. He has a random appearance. He actually has all limbs this time, which is surprising. I think the one up.
Well, the Mafia wasn't accepting applications, but I do my best.
That's just what a commie spy would say! Smug bastards.
Oh, bloody
just
God.
what do you want? Who are you working for? I want answers! Wait, the grand reopening? Are you Grand Reopening Supervisor 18 Alpha? You're late.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Manual authorization of the Grand Reopening requires authentication, so I'm going to need to see your ID. Sir.
Here.
Scanning. Scanning. Error in scanning subroutine. Identity accepted on a provisional basis. Accessing protocols.
I think the error's broke.
Processing firmware updates. Done.
Yeah, that should never be a speech check. That should be a blue science check by default. But Fallout 4 doesn't support that vanilla.
Supervisor. Done. I'm busy, soldier. Dismissed. All systems are operating at peak efficiency. That'll be all, soldier. Dismissed.
I get the feeling this pre-war money is probably in like 50s or 20s or, you know, more than bloody ones, because ones are worth nothing when a bloody comic book costs you like $33. Because the dollar devalued to the point of absurdity due to oil wars and all that crap in backstory. You know, because it was not a particularly nice time before the war. You could argue that some places actually got better because of the war.
Back alley bowling. I'm afraid our lanes are out of order today, but feel free to take a look around.
Take the bowling ball. Find the lane with all the pins. And the bowling ball bounces its way down the alley and look at that one pin.
Teaching the robots to bowl? So these were the men who doomed the world.
And that's my usual. That's my actual. Well, I can safely say I'm as bad at Fallout 4 bowling as I am at real bowling. No, seriously, I suck at real bowling. I'm really bad. You know, it tends to go in the gutter, and when I hit a pin, it hits like one. It always curves.
Me, but this is a private research site. If you're here... Actually, I was looking for you.
Oh, well that puts an entirely... My name's Professor Scara. And in answer to
Much,
what
much-
I expect to be your next question, Professor is my first name, not my title. The whole thing's rather complicated.
Can't imagine what life at school must have been like with a name like that.
So, now that I've formally introduced myself, perhaps...
I've been sent by the Brotherhood.
How very interesting. I wasn't aware that you people ever asked for anything. While I'm
And yet
flattered
still more
that the
polite than
Brotherhood
Dr.
still
Lee.
find me useful, I can't help but be wary of your... Perhaps if you were more specific, we could...
We need your expertise to get Liberty Prime back online.
Liberty Prime? Oh, yes. Intriguing as it sounds. I'm afraid perhaps you could come back and...
Maybe this will change your mind?
Intriguing. So, your technicians must use these to calibrate Liberty Prime's internal power system. It's quite an
I think it's actually more to tweak his AI.
But it could use some work. All right, you've got a deal. I'll wrap up my...
To subvert Liberty... Because Liberty Prime's original purpose was to kill commies in Alaska because... Communists. You know, it was to kill commies in Alaska. Then the Brotherhood found it, got it working, and sort of, you know, it never actually made it to Alaska. Then the Brotherhood got it working by subverting it to make it think the Enclave were commies. Because you can't change its commie hate, so you just designate certain things as red Chinese communists. Because they're the threat in Fallout 4. you know, rather than the Russians. I mean, it's clearly, you know, they're only the Chinese because the sort of the Russian thing died with the Berlin Wall. But, you know, and the fact that China is definitely a world power. But, you know, but they converted it to attack the Enclave, which is actually the people it was supposed to be fighting for, US military. Then there's the whole fact that the... I think they're using more grenades than my grenades. Yeah, they are. Then you got the whole fact that the Brotherhood started off life as members of the US military, who then sort of split because they didn't agree with what the military was doing, which was horrendous. You know, I think I haven't actually played the early ones. I probably should, although I find, you know, they're a totally different style. But the Brotherhood became about because they split off. I think it was due to testing FEV on people, and they just couldn't stand with that because it is awful. FEV is awful. It's what creates super mutants and the like. You know, so they sort of split. Oh, you're supposed to come pick me up, not gun down raiders. Oh. And yet it never actually clears anything at the actual landing area, it only clears things on its route. You know, I put it on the road where it could land safely, but it decides to do it on the sheer cliff where it's got to clip its tail and its wheels through the floor. The vertibird pathing is horrendous. They clear... Barring like pre-specified locations where they're supposed to land, they don't land ever properly.
We're clear for takeoff. Weapons hot, ready to bring the pain, ma'am.
I just can't resist blowing the cars up. Give you just something to do on vertibird flight, anyway. Nope, synths. That must be Malden. Oh, a little bit of information a little bit of random information while we're flying, because, well, there's nothing else to say. Old North Church is, I think, one of the biggest, for some reason, if I've been playing Fallout 4 for a couple of hours, and I go through Old North Church, the lag is unbelievable. If you look to certain angles, you know, only if you look a certain way, you know, and then go into the zone, but it lags so badly. It's like slide showing badly, and then it eventually will crash if you try too much. What the? What? I blew up a car and Piper hates me. Weird. Oh dear. They're not shooting me. I know who they're shooting and it's not me. Oh dear. Yes, take Piper away. Oh, the vertibird is confused. Oh, the vertibird is confused. trying to fight someone that's in it. Oh, it's so confused. Oh dear. Oh dear. How the hell did Scara get here before me? I can tell it's Scara because she's in that bloody white coat. Well. I think I know how this guy died. I think he fell off the gantry. Let's resurrect it.
You haven't lived until you've tipped a Brahmin with a...
Because he's clearly not meant to be dead, he just fell off. I think the gantry despawned and he was, you know, when it spawned in properly, he wasn't on it.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Professor?
Oh dear.
Walking away from it isn't going to help Prime get built any faster.
Yeah, but Scara's the other side of camp. Plan B.
If Elder Maxon ordered me to follow him to the gates of hell, I'd be the first.
I know what I'm gonna do. This mattress is here for a reason. This scummy mattress. Like bedspread thing. You know, it's there for a reason.
Carry food with you or you'll end up eating some.
Because waiting is obviously not a thing in Fallout 4.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Professor?
You call this a good start? This poor thing's memory core was completely corrupted. Haven't you people ever heard of inertial dampeners? Titanium shock casing?
And that's why they died.
It won't be easy, but I should be...
Because I just saw this guy fall off Liberty Prime.
His basic functions online.
So that's why there's always like a dead Prime scribe.
Slowing me down.
Charming, isn't she?
Maybe
she's better than Dr. Lee.
That's not necessary. She isn't gonna be... Besides, Scara's worth all the... I've never seen someone so proficient with Prime. In fact, we're ready for you to start building...
You're acting like I know what those are.
Oh, I know you haven't the faintest idea what I'm talking about. I just like watching you squirm. The actuators are what allows...
Yeah, I've only just noticed that she has a carabiner strapped to her.
Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system. What we need you to do is...
All right, Ingram. Here's a list of materials you'll need.
Now, before you get that look on your face, the only thing we need you to head out, according to Proctor Quinlan, we've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Locate the high-powered magnet. Really? Making me do that? You know, if scribes can find them now, I don't care. I'm not a scribe. Oh, I've actually got to find one. I'm not going back around looking for a fucking magnet. I'm honestly not bothering looking around for a fucking magnet. Yeah, because the scribes have already found them. Tetris block. Those favourite shapes, Tetris block. I'm sick of the darkness. I'm sick of my dry hands. Oh, Piper. Why is Piper invincible? No, for some reason Piper is, for some reason, invincible.
That's it.
Target's gone. Sounding all clear.
No, I guess it must be vertibird mode. No. Nope, she's still broke. Weird shit. Nope. Something is seriously wrong with Pet Hyper. This is why you want console. Now can I use the kill command?
Everything looks green.
When all else fails, you cycle act up.
If we're gonna dance, let's
No, she's not even targetable. There's something seriously wrong with Piper. Something seriously wrong with her. Thankfully her usefulness is all gone, but bloody hell, there's something seriously wrong with her.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
That's all 4 actuators.
Ugh, when scripts are doing scripts
Nice
or
work.
what fucked
Thank
her.
goodness. I've finished restoring Prime's basic programming, but trying to explain to him why he can't walk is testing my patience.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
I'll run down to the super duper mart and pick some up.
Cute. I wish it was
That was
that
Sark.
simple. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that
They're weak-ass little bombs they are.
The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the
Yeah, just because it's nuclear doesn't mean it's
so we
powerful.
assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding him. But since we arrived,
Liberty Prime will be effective when we get him fully on.
What's funny is, his laser is what digs into the Institute. His laser is much more powerful than a nuke because it's a scripted disintegration kill.
Great. That's just great.
well, hang on a second. But before you give up, Proctor Quinlan has located some records. We're fairly certain this includes the catch is that the
I'll head out there and meet.
Good. Because Scribe Halen's established. I suggest you head out there first and establish. Hopefully, by the time. Good luck, Knight.
Now we can set it off, and our health will regenerate, I'm sure.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
I think I have rank 1 of Ghoulish, so I should be able to survive. Let's just...
Hey.
Yeah?
Hey.
Here you go.
I think it's best.
I'm just resetting it so she's my primary companion, so it works.
Ready for the next mission, ma'am?
Let's move out.
Right behind you, ma'am.
It's a morale. I just hyper fucked up in more ways than one. I mean, she was set in untargetable and invincible, the same sort of mode children are, a lot of the children are, where you can't, and Dogmeat I think is as well. He's set as untargetable in VATS at least. Okay, so... Don't... Oh, okay, I'm next to Old North Church. Here's the fun. Remember where the bloody back entrance is? It comes out around here somewhere. Is this destroyed O building? No. I'm going in the back entrance if I'm going to blow. That's a boot. That's the boat. Around here somewhere. I can just never. You know, and if they use the back entrance from now on. So you can never actually figure out where the bloody back entrance dumps you out. And the local map's no help. That one. Yep. I brought X6 remotely near Old North Church. They've gone hostile.
Can't open it from this end.
Not realistic. Climb my fat ass through the window. It would fit. Give it a kick. Yep. This is definitely it, because otherwise there won't be a chain door that you can't go through, but it seems as if being hostile with the railroad makes the door disappear. So, it's the old-fashioned way. Hopefully I haven't been playing long enough for Old North Church and lag out. Well, have to stretch. In we go. And we follow the rail signs because the railroad's stupid and paints its existence. Another fact that the Institute is just thick as a brick. You know, they're not. You know, for a place full of scientists, they sure are dumb. Oh, they haven't even closed the secret doorway. Yeah, they're supposed to close a secret doorway.
Who's there?
Already hostile. Weapons. Good. Nades.
Let's do this. We got company.
So I wasn't actually technically enemies with her. Oh, Tinky's dead. Yes, I do think this is going to stop you. Do I have any more grenades? Mullet. Oh, I do not want to be anywhere near that when that goes off. I didn't even realise I had that. Boink. Okay, I think I've bitten the numbers enough.
That's it.
Oh, you didn't even take the mini nuke grenade, did you? Oh, they're all dead now.
Ham.
Systems locked.
Eh?
Statistical model for Operation Tea Party. Solving for theta n when I approaches probability bounds.
Well, Pan actually cannot attack. Even though it's spinning the claws like it's supposed to, you know, can attack, it can't. It actually can't attack. It's one of those weird quirks. You know, it's so your companions don't accidentally kill it. Oh, I desecrated the grave. But the railroad already did that anyway. Right, where's X6 gone? Oh, there she is. Well, that was easy. I say they didn't even seem to understand that come up the stairs and shoot her one lobbing grenades or duck and cover. No, they just waited there for the grenades. It's like they want to die. You know, the Brotherhood's intelligent enough to, wait it, and then perform a pincer attack, getting them from both ends so none of them can possibly escape. Because they blow the escape tunnel, and they also come in through the front entrance, so they basically pincer them in, like a pincer attack. The Institute just sends you, because the Institute's lazy. Making you wonder if the Institute even knows the railroad exists. Where they are. Because they could just summon like a bazillion simps up there, but no, they don't do that, because of the Institute. The Institute is not that smart, I think is a safe answer. I think it's safe to say the Institute, for all their worst scientists and we are smart, but they aren't really that smart. They're kind of thick. I never even knew this log-tastic door existed. Give it a good mule kick and it opens. You honestly thought that would work, Raider? I picked your back door, you should have just put a wall there. Ooh, a Nuka-Cola victory. We've got a lot of Nuka-Cola in there. Lots of cola. It made no sense to me that the special flavours were limited to Nuka World and Nuka World only. That made absolutely no sense to me, which is why I've changed. I just added them to the leveled list via the amazing leveled list script. I mean, everyone knows that is the way to go, that script. It's easy to use. How dare you attack me? Yep. Raiders, I think.
Oh, hell no!
Did you honestly think trying to punch me with your gun would work? Pistol whipping doesn't work. That rumble onto vertibird. Yep, there it is that we want mine. I've never seen a gun or one out in the city. Ever. Yeah, that's definitely Brotherhood. They put a spear into the blue gunners. Hey, Legendary, they get you. Go down.
Chained on the other side.
Oh, chained is it? Turrets are so crap. No, there are no sentries, that's for sure. Oh. Where is X6? I don't have a clue. I think she's lost again. No, nothing to can't lose. Stone quill. You know, half his head's missing, a solid block of stone, but the fragile little quilt, no one's shot that off yet. That's a surprise.
What the?
I'm laggy. It could just be a result of the stream now. If it's just a brief bit of lag like that, it could just be the stream kicking up some fuss. Could be the stream kicking up fuss with that. Sometimes it is sometimes hard to tell if it's just the stream fucking up or because it does drain a bit of system power. So sometimes the streaming definitely does affect performance. I mean, before I messed with the settings a bit, and I was just using the auto settings, TF2 absolutely raped me when I was streaming it. There might be some of those in the future. They die for a while, but they eventually respawn. They're just on a Valve server respawn time. Also, I should be able to stream every week until... Yep. X6 has arrived. What she's doing, I don't know, but I should be able to stream until sometime in summer. Not quite sure. See? Radio on. Hear that? Listen. Keep listening while I apply hand cream. Oh look! Nothing! It works! No awful copyrighted music. And the only solution on the Nexus was a really heavy-handed remove all bloody tracks from the entire radio. That's the only mod that even remotely existed.
Hey, Scaver. Let's trade.
I just plucked your food and you don't care.
I've got a few minutes to...
Wow, she's actually got a load of crap. Well, absolutely loads. I don't even have I don't even have enough for any of this. This is... Save a cap and a crap. Let's buy a little bit of the good stuff from you. She's surprisingly... Normally these Wasteland ones are really crap stock. Like, absolutely nothing. This one's surprisingly good. I mean, she's got loads of ammo. Just a little unmarked location, there's just a trailer out in the arse of nowhere, which... How this got anywhere, oh, the diving plank into... Oh! The diving plank into the scum-filled pond that isn't even deep enough to dive in. Ow!
Best scrap in the common.
Oh. You know, if you're going to have a diving plank, you know, a jumping in plank, have something deeper. Dig a deeper pond. You know, dig a deeper pond. What was that? I heard something below. Just a stop sign.
Kid, I don't know who you are, but you better clear out before I go haywire and blast you.
Go haywire? What do you mean?
It means I'm a synth, you numbskull. And if you
I don't think she is, though.
I'm liable to put a hole in your head.
What makes you think you're a synth?
Blackouts. People I've hurt that I don't remember.
I think you're just an old drunk.
They might send some signal. Or I'll see the color orange. Or whatever it is they do, and boom. One more dead fool. Now, are you gonna get out of here? Or wait for them to make me kill you?
We're just talking, so...
Fine. Got your looky-loo at the synth? Ready to get out of here?
There's gotta be more to this.
I'm sure she isn't a
You think
synth.
you're a synth?
Look, you're taking a risk staying here. My grandson Samuel and I were on our own since I managed to get us in on a farm. Hard on. I was on watch. I'm sitting there with a gun across my knees. Looking. The next thing I remember. And Samuel is at my...
Right. Was anyone else there?
No. When they heard the shot, everyone came running out. One moment he was there. And then the next...
So you fell asleep.
Just gone.
Trigger pull gun, bang.
Those little fingers that used to hold my hand. And it's
And
all
then
my fault.
Can't you remember any?
No. There was no one else.
So you just fell asleep
me
on guard duty and shot your son. And you think you're a
I
synth
guess
because
he
of...
wasn't really my grandson. They must have just given.
You didn't do it willingly, you silly old cow. You fell asleep.
Before they make me kill again.
You aren't even a synth.
You're not a synth.
Even if you're right, what does it matter? There's nothing left for me.
Stop being a coward and learn.
Guess I've earned that. I'm gonna take care of it.
I'm sure I shot mine through the head and it didn't matter.
Then I'll be moving on. Do whatever you want.
I don't have a settlement set up here because I rarely ever come through. Yep. Because she's clearly not a synth. The Synfiltrators. Synfiltrator. Oh, forget it. always leave my bad jokes. But, you know, if she really was a synth, she definitely wouldn't know it. And I'm sure if you kill her, she doesn't have a synth component on her. And her story is definitely, I fell asleep because I'm a silly old cow who decided to do a bit too much. With a gun in my hand. Your son probably came to check on you, and then while you're sleeping, your finger twitched, which they do in sleep, but body parts do sort of twitch a bit. And bang, son got shot. And you really thought that was going to work? Ooh, pistol power. Oh. I think I'll get here and then save because it's getting late. I definitely won't make it through Sentinel like that quickly. Although, nah, I don't want to risk it. Don't need a sound of barking up. Well, that's an encouraging sign. Brotherhood. Howdy, what are they shooting at? Oh, nice. At least the vertebrates there to provide a bit of support. It's unusual, because normally out here you wouldn't expect to see a Brotherhood vertebrate. It's kind of an odd spot for them. They found something else. Please let me Deathclaw. No, Rad Scorpion. Sometimes I have seen Deathclaws out here. Don't want a friendly fire instant.
Scribe.
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into Cambridge Police Station.
I'm surprised you survived over there without my help.
Now that the Pridwin's here, we don't really need you anymore. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for... I've had the men set up the equipment. Right. We've rigged up this distress... When you find the bombs, after that, you should probably head back...
Yay, distress pulsar.
Why use this distress pulsar?
Unless you could locate an entire radio station within the... Luckily, the distress pulsar's ping cuts right through the interference. And look, I know you've been through the glowing sea. If you don't, good luck, Knight.
Yeah, that's why I'll take a vertebrate in. Grab a bit of ammo first. This looks like something salvaged from the Enclave. Yeah, remote terminals. I think that's something they salvaged from the Enclave War.
Excuse me.
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
Oh dear. There we go. Oh. I've never had a companion derp out like Piper before though. I've never had it become invincible. I've never had that. That's totally new. Kind of the beauty of this. You know, no matter how many times you play a Bethesda game, some unusual shit will happen that you've never seen before. Anyway, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Obviously, donation links in the description in case you haven't found that out yet. I mean, where else would you hide a donation link? But subscribe or donate if you want. That's the end of the stream. See you tomorrow for Skyrim and Friday for New Vegas, because of course I'm back to streaming now. TF2 video, which was recorded about 2 hours ago, is going to be up on Wednesday. That's the end of the stream. Goodbye.